Hello everyone, we are now going to start the new topic in our syllabus. Give the heading Climate Change Risk. Climate Change Risk. Climate Change Risk. So first of all, what I'll do, I'll give you a complete quick review of the topic so that you will have a good understanding of what you are going to study in this particular chapter. Okay. And one thing I'll ensure you that even in this lecture, I'll give you a brief understanding about each and every topic in detail and if possible with examples as well. Okay. Now, again, this is a very important topic and I know the name sounds a bit heavy, climate change risk, clear? But we will break it down into simple terms one by one, clear? Now, from the previous lectures, one thing we know what is climate, one thing we know what is climate risk and why and how the climate is changing, clear? So, the first point that is what is climate risk, clear? So when we say climate risk, we mean the risk to people. We mean the risk to people. We mean the risk to people, companies, and the economy, and the economy. So all the risk created to the people, companies and economy by the climate change, we call that as climate risk, clear? Now this happens in two broad ways. One is physical risk, clear? One is physical risk, another one, write down, second one, transition risk. Physical risk and transition risk, clear? Now what is physical risk? Write down, this comes from the actual physical effects. This comes from the actual physical effects of climate change, like flood, heat waves, heat waves, wildfires, etc. Full stop. These events damage homes, factories, roads, farms, etc. Clear? Now coming to the transition risk, write down, this happens when we try to move away from polluting industries. This happens when we try to move away from polluting industries and shift towards a cleaner and a green economy. Move away from polluting industries and shift towards a cleaner green economy. Full stop. That shift brings its own challenge. Challenges and financial risk like new laws, taxes, bans on certain products or changes in technology So we got a brief understanding that why this climate risk is happening. One, because of the physical risk, another because of the transition. See the word transition, we are moving from one to another, clear? And moving from a polluting industry to a green economy, clear? And they have their own challenges with respect to the financial risk because there are new laws, new taxes, ban on multiple products, technology is changing, products are changing, so many things are changing, so that also brings a risk, clear? Now The second question of this topic is, how does climate risk, how does how does climate risk how does climate risk affect finance? How does climate risk affect finance? Think like, if a factory get destroyed by a flood, if a factory get destroyed by a floods, that is a direct loss. We call this as a financial hit. But climate risk can also cause indirect losses like supply chain delay. If there is a flood, how you will supply your goods and products? Insurance claim, insurance company might have to pay huge amount of claims. Lawsuits are there. Okay, and sometimes what happens that you are operating in a zone and your factory might got disrupted. You won't be able to produce, or even if you produce, you won't be able to supply. Hence you will see a drop in the value of the company. So both, there is a direct as well as indirect impact, and they both are dangerous for the business as well as for the investors. Clear? Coming to the next point, see, understanding risk is very important. There are three terms: hazard, then we have exposure, and third one we have is vulnerability. Now when I use the word hazard, okay, it is what kind of threat is there. Hazard, when I use the word hazard, means there is a threat, but what kind of threat it is. It flood, is it flood, or is it drought, etc., earthquake? Clear? Exposure, who is actually exposed of that particular risk, whether a person or whether a particular asset which is in a risky location. Might be there is a nuclear power plant, okay, beside where the flood is coming, earthquake is coming. So we need to understand who is at risk, who is at risk. Clear? And then the third point is vulnerability, means how prepared are they, whether a person or a company or an asset, how prepared are they to face that particular threat, Clear? For example, two cities might face rising sea levels. Okay, for example, two cities might face rising sea level. That is particularly an hazard. But the one with the poor drainage, they are more vulnerable to it, and more people living near the coast, they are actually exposed and they will suffer more. Clear? So this is how we explain the three terms: hazard, exposure, and vulnerability. So write this down. Two cities two cities might face rising sea levels, bracket hazard, comma, but the one with poor drainage, bracket vulnerable, and more people living near the coast, exposed will suffer more. Cost, then bracket exposed, they will suffer more. Now this hazard is further divided into two parts. This hazard is particularly divided into two parts. One is acute, then we have is chronic. Acute and chronic. Acute is sudden and chronic is long term, just like a disease. Okay, like when I say acute or sudden, it's a cyclone, flood, wildfire. But when I say chronic, long term, it's a rising sea level. Clear? Or gradually increasing temperature that have actually reduced the farm yield. So they both will hurt the business people as well as the entire economy. Clear? Now, is there any opportunity in the climate risk? The answer is yes. So the company that lead the way in green technology like electric vehicle, renewable energy, or eco-friendly packaging, they will grow faster and they will make more profit. And investors are now putting more money into the sustainable business. So climate risk is also a wake-up call for the innovation. So the company who will follow it first, they will be successful. Clear? Now the terms come is standard assets. Standard assets. Now this is basically a big concern. Clear? Now one term you must know is standard assets, very important for this particular topic. Basically these are investments that actually lose value or become useless because of the climate change. Again I'm repeating it, you should write it down. These are investments, these are investments that lose value, or become useless, because of climate change. For example, point number 1, coal mines coal mines might shut coal mines might shut due to new climate laws. Second, properties in flood prone areas may become uninsurable. Properties in flood prone area may become uninsurable because insurance company will not give you the security or safety on the building or the asset which they know that it is going to be flooded every year. So company will not go for a business in which there is a loss or high amount of risk is involved. Are you clear? Now even this human capital, write down the term human capital. This human capital, write down, that means workers. Even they will be stranded. Okay, there, that means no work for them if the skills become outdated. Okay, like a coal plant worker may struggle to find a job in a green economy unless they are retrained. That's a fact. So that's why we just talk about a transition. Meaning, what does this transition means? We need to make sure that workers are also supported during this big economy shift. We are moving from an economy where we are polluting the environment to an economy which is greener. So we need to train our employees accordingly. Clear? Train our workers accordingly. So this transition comes with a risk. And this transition is coming because of the new policies, because of the new policies, change in the technology, change in the technology, change in the technology, market preference, market preference, market preference, then reputation risk, reputation risk, litigation risk, litigation risk. Clear? So companies need to plan very smartly for this type of transition, otherwise they will lose the value. Clear? Now the final point is the uncertainty in this prediction. See, one challenge in dealing with the climate risk is uncertainty. Means we know that temperature will rise, but we are less sure about the rainfall patterns, timing of the extreme weathers. Clear? See, model can predict, but they are not always 100% accurate. So planning for the variability and uncertainty is the key. Means we are living in an environment where we are accustomed to it now, but if we'll shift to a new environment, might be it is a greener environment, so there will be a variability, there will be uncertainty with respect to the rainfall, extreme weather, and so many things. Clear? So what if that can become more worse? There is a possibility. Clear? And the model cannot predict everything with 100% accuracy. Clear? Now why this actually matters from the finance perspective, this is also very important. See, climate risk is no longer just an environmental issue, it's now a major financial and economic issue. It will affect the profits of the company, cost, investments, loans, insurance, supply chain, and even government budget. Clear? So understanding this helps us to build a more strong and adaptable future. Clear? So that's what the agenda of this particular discussion, where I have given you a brief understanding of what we are going to study in this particular reading. Clear? So with this, I am ending this first beginning session, and then from the next lecture, we will continue ahead with a detailed and in-depth discussion of each and every point. Clear? Thank you.